fact, actually, I'm going to move this a bit because I want to actually get this in a better light. So, where do I put this? I think, yeah, we'll do, if I can keep it straight. So, I'll leave this for a couple of minutes, just to let it come on. I am currently in the process of getting my tea ready. Don't worry, it isn't just this. I assure you, I ate a lot more. I know this would be healthy and all, but I have got to have some kind of a fucking meal. I've got fish fingers in the oven. But that's not why you called. So, man alive. This is being done in preparation for the video that is about to come out, quite frankly. This is here basically as a means for you to prepare yourselves for what's coming. And hello there, Steve. I hope you're doing well. But I think Farage has just made a huge error of judgment. And it'll all be coming out on the next 28-30 minute video I've put out. I'm currently on, I think it's 24 strokes in the space of, what is it, 7 days? So I'm currently sitting on, what, 3.33 or something strokes per day on average. So it's not looking good for me. I'm going to need a clean bill of health, and I don't suppose the NHS is offering me one for strokes, but hey-ho. But Nigel Farage, to make you all aware, has recently come out and accused Tommy Robinson of violence against women. I actually need to get something real set because I actually left it in the trousers I have. 1 second. I'll have this sorted. Is it this one? No, it's this one. Oh, bollocks. Where did I put it? Shit. Right. I will find it because I actually have got the notes here. Bear with me. Yeah, here we go. That's page 4, that's page 3, that's page 1, that's 5. Right, there we go. I did this while I was at work, by the way. So, just to make you aware, for those who have just come in, Tommy Robinson was recently accused of violence against women. To the point now where his ex-wife, Tommy's ex-wife that is, has spoke out about the salacious allegations made by Nigel Farage. And this will be in the video coming up as well. Don't you worry, I've got all bases covered. But basically what was said was, and I quote, "It has been really upsetting to hear Nigel Farage has accused my ex-husband of perpetrating violence against women. Having to sit down and talk to my children about these false allegations, which are all over social media, is not something any mother should have to do. I have never ever been assaulted by Tommy Robinson, ever in my life. There has never been a call to the police about violence towards me or any other woman for that matter. Stephen has never been charged or accused of violence towards me or any other woman. These lies have to stop. Our children don't deserve to have these allegations thrown in their faces by their peers or questioned about it in their friendship groups. Who the hell does Nigel Farage think he is? What gives him the right to spread lies and misinformation about my ex-husband? What gives him the right to upset my children with these false allegations? I am so sick of hearing absolute lies about Stephen, which affects our children." Then she says the same line again. "Stephen isn't a perfect man. He's never claimed to be a perfect man. We had our challenges as a family because of his activism and his journalism. That goes without saying. But I cannot and will not have a high-profile politician like Farage spread fake news about my children's dad. The lies has said, my children have endured enough lies and misrepresentation about their dad to last a lifetime. End quote. That's his ex-wife. Tommy's ex-wife talked about this. And if his ex is willing to come out and defend Tommy Robinson against these salacious and libelous, slanderous accusations by Nigel Farage. No, this is... All right, explain everything. And I hope you guys are doing well, by the way. So what happened was I saw Tuesday's video about it. Basically, Tommy's ex came out with his statement, or said it, generally speaking, and I literally handwritten the fucking thing out while I was at work. I'm not joking. I literally took 3 post-it notes and writ double-sided on that shit. But I basically wrote that out because I know I can't access the live stream while I'm doing a live stream myself. So I basically read out what she said verbatim. And now at this point, I asked Nigel Farage directly, what say you to what his ex-wife has said? I'm not going to say her real name because I know what it is because I've watched the British Police State video. And I'm not going to say her name out of respect for her, her kids, everything. But how dare you, Nigel Farage? How dare you salaciously slander Tom Robinson like this and put him and his ex and her children, their children, through this hell? How dare you? There is no equivocations about this right now. No equivocations whatsoever. He must apologize. He must apologize for what he said. I know what he's doing is creating a division. I accept, quite frankly, what we need is unity. We stand together or we fall as one. But here's the thing. I simply cannot back reform with Nigel Farage in power. Period. Before, when he was saying, basically, Tommy Robinson's a grifter, that's one thing. It's still libelous slander, but at least it's just nothing more than a personal insult, quite frankly. But to go out of his way to personally, libelously slander him as a woman beater and cause this family misery and suffering incarnate, I'm sorry, but I don't think there's any coming back from this one. I honestly don't. And that will reflect in the 30-minute video that is currently being uploaded right now. Because the way I look at it, Nigel Farage has really fucked up on this one. Royally. I don't think even a president... Stroke number 1. A presidential pardon will stop this man from his downfall now. Quite frankly. He can be a supporter of Trump all he wants. He can have... Yep, 1. You got it. He can be as supportive of Trump as he likes. He can be as supportive of Brexit all he likes. And while I will always say that without him we wouldn't have had Brexit, though frankly it's been a Brexit in name only, let's face it, the bottom line is you cannot put out salacious lies about people during your presidency. And I know people are going to say, as I've said, or will say in the video actually, I know people are going to say, this is creating division, we need to stop doing this because it's going to put Labour or Tory in power, it's going to be really bad news, basically, if we go after Nigel Farage. But frankly, I cannot ever respect a man that is willing to not do his research, number one. Number two, slander Tommy Robinson the way he has. And then number three, put his family through hell. His kids don't deserve this shit. Those kids and I nearly said her real name there, fuck me. And his ex-wife, they don't deserve this shit. They're not part of Tommy Robinson's politics. They're not part of what he does, quite frankly. They need to understand that these people are innocent. They need to stop going after his family. You have a problem with Tommy, that's fine. Go after him. Don't go after his fucking family. That is a complete bitch move. I would never do that with Nigel's family, and I could say a whole load of things about Nigel Farage that would really put him in a bad light, but I don't. You know why? Because I don't take this personal or take it down the personal route, and I would have my principles tarnished if I did. That's what it boils down to. And it seems Nigel Farage has sold out his principles. He can't admit when he's wrong. He is jealous, I feel. Though this is speculation at this point. I think what's happened, quite frankly, and this will come out in the video again, I think what's happened, Elon Musk has hit him right in the bullseye. And Nigel Farage is throwing all his toys out the pram, quite frankly. I think he's throwing his toys out of the pram, and he can't take the fact that there's someone more popular than him. That's the way I look at it. I think he has just completely destroyed his career with this move. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I have been wrong before. Not very often, but I have been wrong before. But I do think that Nigel Farage has completely screwed himself. I think he has just destroyed any chance of reform taking this party to victory, quite frankly. He simply cannot run as a leader anymore. If reform want to get back in the race, they need to kick out Nigel Farage, they need to get rid of Richard Tice, they need to get rid of Anne Widdecombe, they need to get rid of Lee Anderson, and they need to get rid of Zia Youssef, quite frankly. I cannot see this party succeeding without one or two people in the leadership role. Rupert Lowe or Ben Habib. That's the way I look at it. But I will leave the rest of that for my video to explain, which will hopefully, touch wood, be uploaded tonight. And you'll get to see exactly how I feel about this shit. Because I think this is the beginning of the end for Nigel Farage's career, quite frankly. Thank you for being in, guys. And it's always been a pleasure doing these. But as said, be sure to watch the video for yourself. I will make sure as well in the video I link, Maya Tuzi's video in the description below. And make sure you listen to it and watch everything. Make sure you're in the know, because I think Nigel Farage has made a huge mistake, and I think ultimately his party may pay the ultimate price for his nonsense and his salacious trash talking.